Hi, welcome friends to Core Body Mind. My name is Kat Thomas, and today we're gonna journey together for about 6 minutes. Yes, I said it, 6 minutes. Hopefully that sounds like a really fun amount of time to stretch and breathe and kind of get the bloods flowing again. As we're in our busy days, whether we're seated at a desk for most of the day or we're standing and walking around, managing a floor space somewhere, no matter what we're doing, the mind decides to try and take over and tell us that we're feeling low or we don't have enough energy. So what we're gonna achieve together is telling the mind, oh yeah, we've got this. And we're gonna do that with a nice little preparation of breath and a few different movements that can easily be done, whether you are in yoga gear, you're in a suit, if you have shoes or no shoes on. I'm gonna do these barefoot because sometimes you might want to take your shoes off. Some people like to bring a mat or a towel to work with them so they can do these little things, but you can do this with your dress shoes on. And if you are wearing heels, it's a bigger challenge and balancing act for you, but I do suggest being a little extra careful and cautious if you are attempting that. I'm going to actually do things today that are all standing, and that way if you are wearing a dress or a skirt, you can also find these to be very comfortable and not really an upheaval to your work day. So let's start with the basics. How do you feel? I always like to check in because sometimes I start the next movement or even the next thought or the next statement in my answers to somebody, and I might react a little bit from that last prior engagement with either another human being, another animal, or my own great thing called my mind. So I always like to do a little bit of a check-in, and how I do this is I use the breath. So you can do this in your work chair, or if you stand at your desk, you can do that there. I'm gonna start standing, and I encourage you all to stand with me. I'm just gonna come back here. So as you stand up from your chair, maybe a little rush of air, it's possible, but I'm gonna encourage you to, whether you have shoes on or not, we're gonna ground down through the heels and then the soles of the feet and the ball of the foot. So outer and inner blades of the feet are both down. That means the sole of the foot is connected as well as the heel. We're just gonna root down here. So rooting down, if you really kind of feel that connection, toes and knees facing forward, if you feel that connection, whether you have shoes on or not, you kind of feel the strength of your legs and they just start to firm up and you root upwards. And all of a sudden, if you can imagine, there's a string of white light pulling you up from the crown of your head, elongating through the spine. Now we're rooted down, all together. So we're gonna take a deep breath in through the nose, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then roll them back. Now doesn't that feel better than having your shoulders up here? I know I walk around sometimes and I realize, oh my goodness, I've gotta drop the shoulders. So try and remember to do these two little things every time you stand up from your desk, even if you're at home, wherever you are. And if you are rooting down and you're standing, just always start with a nice deep breath and a big shoulder roll back. No need to wear the weight of the world on those shoulders, right? So while we're here, we're gonna have the chin parallel to the floor, the crown of the head just lifting up towards the ceiling. And we're rooting down. Another thing that you can do to strengthen the core, whether seated, if you're laying down or standing up, you draw the pelvic floor forward. So what does that actually mean? I'm gonna turn sideways. So you see me like this, shoulders come up, they roll back. I'm still kind of curved forward. So I'm gonna draw the pelvic floor forward, and automatically, the natural curvature of the spine happens, your glutes become tight, your thighs actually become connected and they start to roll outwards. But what does that actually do? Well, it aligns the tip of the toes all the way through the crown of the head, and it strengthens the core. So you could just stand here the whole time I'm speaking and still be working on that beautiful core of yours. Now, if none of that made any sense, picture this. You pulled on the tightest pair of pants that you have, those jeans that you really want to work back into, and you're trying to zip the zipper. So you're going to squeeze the legs in together, and so that feeling right there is putting you into that natural, beautiful alignment. You're now rooted down with us. All right, so let's stay there, and we're gonna all take a nice deep breath in together through the nose, and lift those beautiful arms up overhead, and then exhale, let them float back down. Now we're just breathing in, again, in through the nose, and exhale, release, let them float back down to your sides. And you're breathing out through your lips here. So we're feeling that little bit of flutter. Again, breathe deep, and exhale, gently release. And we'll do 3 shoulder rolls back, and then 3 forward. We're just breaking up some of that aggravation and tension you might let sit. So let's bring the feet out a little further than hips distance apart. And we're gonna turn the toes out to 10 and 2 o'clock. We're gonna inhale, extend the arms sky high. Drop the shoulders down, pull the pelvic floor forward, and you're just gonna start bringing the fists together and pumping all 10 fingers. And then you're gonna look up at those hands. So we wanna keep the biceps close to the ears. Yes, it may feel a little frustrating at first, but what are we doing? You keep pumping, you keep breathing, you keep drawing the navel in, and maybe bring a smile to the face, because that makes this firelight kind of exercise feel a little less of a pain. But you're pumping all of that blood from the tips of your fingertips down to your toes. And yes, you might feel that firelight in your arms, and the body might be getting a little warm. So we're gonna go for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. And before we just let them flop, let them float down like leaves from a tree. And now we're gonna seal the lips and start breathing in through the nose and exhaling back through the nose. This is something called an Ujjayi breath. I like to call it the oceanic breath. It allows the heart and the breath and the body to come into the same motion together. So you can actually slow yourself down, saying you get a little agitated and you wanna react to something. Use that Ujjayi breath of breathing in through the nose and back out through the nose to help calm and connect with the mind before you respond. It's a lot easier to say than to do, I know. So on our next inhale, we're gonna extend the arms out, bring them to a nice T. Palms are face down, fingers are connected. Again, draw the navel in. Make sure the legs are nice and strong and locked. And we're just gonna do little circles back. Tiny little circles. But while you're doing this, again, you're breathing in through the nose and breathing back out through the nose. You're squeezing the fingers together. You're keeping the arms lifted. And you're smiling at yourself for even being present for these 6 minutes together. And then reverse the circle, little circles. For 4, 3, for 2, and for 1. Keep it held out. Flip, palms facing the ceiling. And then as we inhale, we're gonna lift like you're trying to push that air together. And then exhale, palms come down. Back to a T. Flip the palms up and inhale, push that air all the way up, and then exhale, press it back down. Flip, inhale, push and lift, and exhale, flip and drop. Again, inhale, push and lift, and exhale, flip and drop. Bring the arms in front, palms come together. Inhale, lift and raise them, biceps behind the ears. Take a deep breath in, elongate, and exhale, float to the right. And then inhale through the center, and exhale, float to the left. Inhale back through center, smooth the spine out through a breath, keep the navel drawn in, use that oceanic breath. Again, inhale, elongate through the spine, and exhale, go a little deeper if you can to the right. And then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, float back to the left. And then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release those beautiful arms down to your side. Inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears and roll those beautiful shoulders back. All right, let's shake out the arms, and we'll do a few little pulses with our balance and with our legs. So if you are near a wall and you want to add a little extra stability, go ahead. If you want to play with your balance, that's great too. So we're going to ground down first on the left side, connect all 4 points, and you're going to kind of lean into that left leg. So you're rooting down now. Feel that connection through the left side. From here, I like to use my balance of my hands. Again, you can use the chair, you can use the wall, computer desk, and we're just gonna bring that right knee up to a 90-degree raise. Keep the navel drawn in, shoulders are rolled back and down through the spine, and we keep breathing. If anybody out there wants to add spice, you can just kick that leg all the way out straight, kicking from the heel, and then bring it back in. Honor your edge for 3 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Wherever you are, inhale, extend the arms up, and exhale, let everything float down. Shake out the leg. And then we'll move over and balance ourselves out, grounding that right foot down. Lean into the right side, root yourself down, and bring that left knee to 90 degrees, point the toe. Again, if you want to honor this and stay here, go ahead. If you'd like, extend that leg out straight, make sure that right leg stays nice and strong. Kick from the heel, keep the navel drawn in, and use that breath. Now, one side may feel a little goofier than the other. That's okay. Be goofy. Be fabulous. Enjoy yourself. Honor yourself for being right here today. And 1 more breath. And inhale, extend, and release. All right. So if you are near a wall, and you can come against the wall, we're just going to give our legs a little more of a stretch. So we'll bring the feet out a little bit in front of us, and we're just gonna draw the right knee in towards the chest. Make sure you're leaning back, your shoulders are connected. Again, honoring your edge, give yourself a nice little hug. And then exhale, release. Bring the left knee in, give yourself a nice hug. Connect to the wall. And then exhale, release. And we'll bring the right arm across the body. Use that left arm as your fulcrum or your lever, just kind of giving a little extra support. A little bit of a stretch. Take a deep breath, expand those wings, and bring the left arm across the body. Use the right arm for support. And exhale, extend those arms back behind you. And we're gonna have the palms facing down. Pinkies trying to connect with one another. Give yourself a nice big stretch here. Send that heart center, send that chest outwards. Radiate a smile through the screen. And then inhale, bring the arms high above. Take a deep breath in, stretch, stretch, stretch. If you can come up on your tippy toes, go ahead and stretch. And then exhale, release everything back down. We're gonna roll out the shoulders, give the legs a little more of a shake, and then inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms come together, and we're just gonna draw them down towards the heart center, and then exhale, release them down to your sides. And lastly, give yourself a warm embrace. Wrap those arms around you. Bring the elbows up slightly. Give yourself another lasting embrace and stretch. And then release. Smile at yourself today. Be grateful for you showing up right here. So you could take a few minutes out of those 1,440 minutes that you have in a day to enjoy, recharge, and refresh. And thank you for connecting your mind, body, and breath so you can shine as bright for others as they hopefully can shine back for you. I'll see you next time. My name's Kat Thomas. This is Core Body Mind.